Welcome to the Low Blow Show. I don't know what episode this is going to be because I'm uploading shit all out of order in which they were chronologically recorded. But we got Jose on this week. And Nick.
Yeah, hi.
Nick got the fucking Superman, I don't even know what you call it, the little twirl in the at the hairline.
We got bearded Superman here.
Jesus Christ.
How was everybody's day today?
Fucking not anything but super. That's for damn sure.
That's the spirit.
He had the thing at gel just for that specific curve.
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, we got the webcams on. Let me.
Yeah, right. I was like,
gel it up.
Oh man, I had to get nice. You know what I mean? I got my pumpkins in the background, my curl going. Fucking
So thoughtful.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta get my pumpkins right for the boys. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say that sounds weird, but I don't know how to associate it to anything.
I got exactly. See, 1, 2.
That's me and Jose in spirit.
What the fuck?
We're really there for the show.
Yeah.
Not out this
Yo, you know, great. Jose got such a space on the wall behind him. Like, you should have just, I don't know, some goofy shit behind you every week that we just do not acknowledge. Like, it'll be the running gag.
Just a picture of Jose with his dick in his hand. Just on the back.
That'll be right back.
Oh, wait. I'm not ready for this. No.
People listening are not going to, I mean, they're just going to hear what you just said and go be like, excuse me? But we was just...
It'll make sense later.
We was just talking about how...
Nah. You can't wait.
What?
He put a pillow
Oh,
in
now
and
he's in the
head
way.
blocking it. Yeah.
I think I know what that is. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. Come on now.
Let's show myself then.
What you looking for?
Okay, because I hit hide myself.
Oh, you did, but you're back. And now you're hidden
Now
again.
you're hiding again.
We see you.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see myself on the screen.
Oh, how do you not see yourself?
Because I clicked hide that shit, so I don't have to look at my fat ass face.
Oh my.
See, what you need to do is to build your self-esteem is you need a little Superman twirl.
Nah, trust me, don't worry.
It turns into an afro.
It hides the fat cheeks.
No, grow the fro. Shit, if I could grow an afro, not a Jew fro. I'd rather have an afro. I can't. I like the curly fro.
What's the longest you've ever grown your hair?
Me?
Yeah.
I had it down to my shoulders in high school.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, we was definitely not talking around that time.
Not much, at least. We didn't hang out, at least.
When did you move?
7th
Had to be
grade?
like 8th.
Yeah, 7th, 8th grade, yeah.
I think you were around 8th grade. That's probably when y'all two kind of met, right?
We met in 7th grade.
Yeah. Yeah, 7th grade. We were sitting at the same lunch table with some of my motherfuckers, but I don't remember names like that no more.
You see it?
Dude got the old school Boricua little caricature.
I used to see that shit everywhere.
All different flags and stuff.
In facts, though, there'd be houses covered, bro.
Where we lived, it was either Star of David or it was that Boricua.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's all it was up in these parts.
Every block was different, I swear to God.
You know what's weird is that, like, way back when we were 13-ish or so, like, it was a lot of crime, a lot of hood rats out and about. Now it's just Jews that just they don't do nothing. I mean, which is, cool that they don't, it's not so much crime out here.
Well,
but,
like a weekly march.
True.
But it's weird that, like, I miss, like, I don't know. I miss having to look over my shoulder every time I was walking out with the sun down. I don't know.
Bro, why are you explaining like you was getting chased by werewolves or some shit? What you mean?
Dude, every time I'd go to Jose's house and then, like, I'd leave at fucking 3 a.m., I'm like, like, let me look behind me.
Motherfucker carrying
Gotta-
silver bullets and crosses and shit.
Gotta cross these streets. Why they out? Why those niggas sitting on the porch right now looking at me?
No, that's like the one time I was walking through downtown Lakewood just with a friend. Like it was like 3:00 in the afternoon, and I was just walking by. I was in there at Clifton Ave, and my sister called me. She goes, "Where are you?" I was like, "Downtown Lakewood. Why?" And she was like, "What? Why?" I was like, "Hanging out with people. What do you mean?" And she's just like, "What? You know how it is around there." I was like, "How? I mean, there's like, I don't. What do you mean?" It's just like she's like, "Well, how long are you gonna be out?" I'm like, "I don't know, a couple hours. I don't. Why? You okay?" It's just like, I'm like, what? Oh my! She like fucking questioned the fuck at me like 60 minutes when I got home too. I'm like, what? I was just like, because at certain times it was like nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I was. Just...
It really depends where you were, because like if you were in a named neighborhood, like maybe it was type dangerous. But if you was just on 2nd Street, like there's just Mexicans out there standing,
the taco truck on the
to...
corner. It was just like I was like,
they're just waiting for a job. Like
it's
just out there doing nothing,
just waiting
really.
for a job. Sorry,
I remember. This is so weird. I don't know if it's racist to say, but I remember.
If you had to ask that question,
if you had to ask it, it's racist.
I remember just being in the car with my grandpa, when I was too young to drive, and we would be going down 2nd Street or whatever, and there was just, so many people just standing around, like not even really like shopping, or it just like literally just standing around. My grandpa's like, "You see that? They waiting for somebody to hire them to go paint something," or like, and I was just like, "Oh,
paint something
interesting."
Your grandpa was showing you the streets.
Like, what, girl? Like paint what?
Like, I guess it's just immigrants just trying to find a job.
Yeah,
I guess
that's like if you like way back when you go up to more northern Jersey or New York, man, you just see every ethnicity just walking around trying to find a job, man. Fucking mad Italians be up there waiting for something. You know what I'm saying? So. Trust me, I heard stories.
Anybody? Oh well, I already know the answer. Jose got that Sparking Zero. Nick, have you gotten it?
Have I got it? That's a stupid ass question, bro.
Did
I get Sparking Zero day of? No, it was the day after, but still, I got it.
Oh.
Hell yeah!
I haven't heard. You ain't saying nothing. Like,
I'm sorry, I don't tell you. I know is that fight I be in.
All I know is that we be on Fortnite. I don't know.
That's true.
I know I don't got time to play other shit. I don't know.
If you want to get Sparking Zero and get these hands, bro, that's on you. Like I shit.
I was at Jose's. What was it, last week? And he got it on the PC. Jose got this whole monitor and everything now.
Shit, really?
Yeah, Jose literally got the smart TV, the gaming monitor, and then the laptop. Like, dude got the whole.
See, that's the kind of like setup I've wanted to have, like the whole TV up top and then like at least the dual monitors on the bottom. Like that's like one of my like dream setups to have eventually when we get a house and shit. But see, I gotta come over and see that, bro. Shit.
Well, it's not set up as how you described it. It's just
I
you got a bunch of shit lying around.
He's like, I only got like one.
You're thinking it's neat, and it's a whole setup. Like you know how people do like, oh, here's my gaming setup tour video. Like, no, Jose he just bought stuff and it's just there at the moment until he figures out how to position shit.
He said it's just there. He's using it. It works.
I gotta get a new TV.
Yeah, I've only seen clips of the game like on Twitter and shit. But like when I was at his house and he had I don't know what like how many hertz or pixels the shit got, but
it's just
seeing it on the
it's
fucking
a 2K monitor
like,
with 180 hertz, but the laptop's only capable of 144.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, this shit look way nicer than I thought.
Oh yeah, it's a nice looking game, very fast paced too. So it's like it holds up to that 60 frames and shit, man. It's like wait. What Dragon Ball games have you played in the past? Okay.
Have I played or have I purchased and really played? Like,
oh wow, you really? Oh god. Damn.
We discussed this the last time we recorded that Dragon Ball Z episode. Like, I was under the impression like, oh, every Dragon Ball game's the same. You just play through the Saiyan saga and the Frieza saga again and again. But Nick was over here grilling me. He's like, nah, son, like this one got what if stories and this one got like I don't know. I've been slacking, I guess.
Yes. See, I wish you were like on YouTube or something. Cause I'd be like, oh, down in the comments, like, tell them. You know what I mean? Like,
Fry his ass.
Like, yeah, I mean, every game has had like the same. Obviously, you go through the same sagas and shit. Obviously, but still, different games have their own ways of like, the fighting mechanics, all this other kind of stuff. This is just a return to Tenkaichi. So like, it plays just like the third one did to an extent. You could pick those kind of controls and everything, but it's along the same lines of the like the fighting mechanics. But get on it, man. Shit.
Get on.
Like, the fuck? You're just gonna buy it, not touch it.
Probably.
Sounds likely.
Like, remember, like, sometimes people will like buy him games. You know what I'm saying? And that won't even make him play it. Ask him if he plays Spiderman. Ask him if he has it.
Literally, both of you have bought me a PS5 or PS4
Oh
game.
shit!
They're probably both still in the plastic.
Wait, Jose, what did you buy him?
He got me the Guardians game.
Oh, that was a long time ago. That was when Elden Ring came out.
Nigga, that was birthdays.
Yeah, I bought him the Spider-Man game. Like, what was it now? Oh my god, it has to be at least like 6-7 years ago now. Like,
I hope you know I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
I was so down bad and depressed and broken around that time. I needed that. I didn't play it, but like I needed that.
Wait.
What's so down bad?
I'm down a little higher.
He's like, I was right here, and I'm sitting on top of that.
No improvement, just
There's improvement.
He found a chair.
I'm still kind of could still low kick the shit, but like I'm a little higher on the totem pole. He's not on the ground.
He's like those games. He's like, I got to tier 2, so I was able to get like a cushion and be a little bit above.
I just need a battle pass. I need to buy my levels.
I need to buy my prestige. Get out of here. Oh my god.
Any other games? I know you bought the latest Star Wars game. Jose, did you buy?
Outlaws.
I forget what it's called.
Outlaws.
Oh, I wasn't buying that.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. It's fun. It's pretty good.
Is it a different game than that? What was the Jedi?
Oh, Jedi Survivor and like Jedi Fallen Order. Oh yeah, no, different.
Is it like another? Yeah. Oh, it's a completely different.
Yeah, it plays more like a closest relation I can say. It's like an Uncharted-esque kind of, but more of like open world, such as like Assassin's Creed. So it's like a mix, but no, it's nothing like the Jedi games. No, you're playing more like a scoundrel, like more like a Han Solo in this game. You're definitely not Han Solo, but yeah. But it's fun. Definitely not as bad as people say it is. I'm having fun with it, obviously, but I can see where there was like, different things they need to improve on and shouldn't have put out just yet. But it's fun. It's fun for sure.
I've got some news here. Game Informer shut down after 33 years of publication.
Shit's older than us, man.
Oh yeah, true. Have y'all ever had gaming magazines? Y'all ever bought? I don't even know what other fucking names there are, really.
Well, a handful.
I remember going to ShopRite, like with my mom or my grandma shopping, and they would have the one aisle with magazines, the tabloids and whatever bullshit, beauty magazines and shit.
And you're like, "Whoa, what's in there?"
I remember there would be
titty mags.
in public.
Yeah.
Well, when you go to like the corner store.
Yeah, exactly.
At your local grocery.
You'll pass like the coffee maker and then the chips, and then right after the chips is the titty mags, and next to the titty mags, dude, it's like the creamer.
Right, to circle back, I remember. To circle back, I remember being on like, 2nd Street, Clifton, how we were talking about, like one of those stores. I remember being with my dad and walking in one of those Spanish stores, and like, they had the VHSs on the wall, and then there was like a curtain over there, and I'm like, what's behind there? And my dad like, we're not going over there. Here, let's just buy this Daddy Yankee CD and be out of here. And I'm like, but what's back there?
John wanted to be
like,
now I'm aware. I'm like, I kind of know what might have been back there.
He still wants to go back to that store though.
I have an embarrassing story.
Oh, okay.
So like I was a kid, and we were at the flea market on 70, the one I used to be there, and like there was a box on this table. So I'm just like looking at all the stuff, and then I see the box. I ignore the writing because I didn't care. I just looked in the box because I'm browsing, and I'm like, oh, her boobs. And I walk away real quick. I'm like, hold on, I don't want to be caught looking at that. And then I walk back and look at it, and I'm like, okay, I'm being too obvious. There's probably a lot of adults notice. And then after I walk away, in bold letters, porn.
He's like, oh man, how did I not see that?
The dude selling the shit was just eyeing him down. He looks up. He's like, he does the Walter White, like, you got me.
He's like, titties.
I thought these were blank. I was gonna burn my own family VHS on one of these tapes. But
He said porn. I thought it said corn.
he's like, no, that's the next table over. As you can
Yeah, right. There's a
see.
box next to it.
Oh my god. Nobody said anything to me too, so I'm just like, everyone knows, but they're just keeping quiet. Like,
Were you old enough that you were there by yourself, or were you with family?
I said I was a kid. I was with family, but they were like off
Oh, okay.
over somewhere. But like all the adults that are all the people selling stuff around those tables, they probably all like looked at me and like, where is his parents?
They're like, yo, you see him? He's discovering something today.
Yeah, right. He's like, oh, he learned it young. Look at him.
Like, oh, he's curious.
Oh, we found the titties. Look at him.
I think I don't know if it was Angel had told me the story that maybe Nick, you and him found like his dad's stash. Or
Oh
something.
my god.
Is this something I'm remembering right?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be talking about video games.
It was. See, I wish you had Angel on the pod with us talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have him on the pod to go into the extent of this, because, yeah, we definitely have a story for the future with that, for sure.
Mark that in the book.
Yeah, I just to keep it short for now. It was just we found some titty mags, and Angel had like woods behind his house, and yeah,
y'all ran off to the woods and then
yeah, we did, bro.
flipped through them.
We
Yeah,
was like,
that's
oh
what it
my
was.
god.
Sitting on a fallen down tree.
It's marked by the one tree with 3 branches. But yeah, that's definitely
His dad walks up behind y'all like of mice and men.
Look at the titties, Nick. Pow. No. Cause I remember we had kept some there too. It was so oh my god. We had like buried some like back there. Like
he ain't gonna
ash.
notice if this one's missing
Yeah.
amongst all them.
And then there was a day it rained and we were like, oh no.
Y'all ever tug them back up?
Fucking, we tried. We're like, oh no, water damage. Damn. There go the titties. No. But anyways, next topic.
As I was saying.
Yeah. So yeah, the government is crazy.
Games.
We gotta get that to vote.
I remember being in ShopRite and I would be like, yo, Ma, yeah, you go through all them fucking aisles and I'll be here. Just meet me back when I'm done going through this gaming magazine. And I don't think we ever bought one. I never read shit. Like, I would just go through the pictures like, oh, the next WWE game, Rey Mysterio's wearing red. Cool. Like, fucking mind blowing. And then I would put the shit back on the shelf.
He said you get to wear a different color in this game? That's crazy. No, yeah. I mean, it's funny because, like, you had Game Informer, you had Nintendo Power. I think there are other, like, some random ass ones. And Nintendo Power has been around, like, fucking forever. And I don't know if they're still going or not, but yeah, Game Informer, I used to be subscribed to it a lot because you get it with, like, your GameStop membership or whatever. So you had to get it, like, digitally or, like, physically sent to your house all the time. But, yeah, I didn't remember. Oh, go ahead.
I remember they switched they was like, oh, you'll get it in emails now, and I'm like, well, I never open my fucking emails, so
Yeah,
I guess
right.
I'm not looking at them.
Oh,
It's
you
cool.
knew issue a Game Informer.
Delete.
But yeah, I never knew how old it was until it closed down. I did not know it was that old. I thought it was like
Yeah,
half our age, if anything.
Yeah, I thought it was like early 2000s, like 2001.
Yeah, but 33 years. That's crazy.
I think it was the year 2000 that GameStop
like acquired
bought
it or
them,
something.
or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the right term, but 33 years. Like, what was even the news? Like, yo, Pong got a new polygon. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Nintendo Power has been around even longer than that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I mean, well, gaming has been around for a while. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they were reporting on Pong, but they was like, reporting on like the different I guess besides characters and games coming out, I guess it was more so like what was out there in the game sphere of like, other companies coming up, such as like when Sega versus Nintendo, and that was like a big thing for like a year,
Yeah,
So-
Pong was like late 70s.
Yeah. Because 80s, I want to say mid 80s and up is when like games really started to actually become like a household thing, sort of. But
I feel like in old movies, like anytime you saw like a fucking Atari in the background, like it was always the implication like, oh, they got money because they got a fucking Atari in the house. Like that's how you knew that family was rich in the story of this movie.
Not me.
Oh my God.
If I saw like anything Nintendo, that's the only thing I knew.
That's fair, yeah. Because I feel like Atari was, I mean, maybe at least for our generation, you didn't look at Atari and know that it was necessarily an Atari at first. You were just like,
Yeah, like, we were too young for that. Like,
yeah,
to
we looked at a
understand.
VCR probably.
Uh,
Well, unless, in our generation, if you like, saw somebody back when the PS3 came out and you saw somebody had like the new PS3, you thought they was rich. That shit was like $700.
yeah. Dude,
That's
I
crazy.
remember when it first came out, and it was like $500 or $600, I guess, depending on the memory.
It was $700. Oh yeah, well, the highest memory was 700. I was like, I'm getting an Xbox.
And of course, I wanted it. I was a young gamer, but my sister wanted one also, and she was just the type growing up that she just wanted what I got. Like, she felt like I was so much more spoiled, and it's just because I'm a dude. I have interests in games and shit. Like, she's like, it's not fair that he gets a whole PS3. I want one also. And so, like, my dad dropped bread on 2 of them.
Yeah.
And even, like, I don't know how old I was. What was this, 07? But, like, even young little me was trying to tell my dad, like, she's not going to play it. It's a waste of money. Don't cave into this little girl, And sure enough, I was right. She don't even, like, really got Blu-rays. Like,
Does she still have it?
fuck if I know. I mean, I gave her my PS4 recently because I got
You're not gonna play it.
PS4 games.
Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's why I ended up. I was like, nah, I'm getting a 360. Not doing it. I'll pay half that and get it.
Y'all remember the white guy in the pimp suit who bought a PS3 and just smashed it in front of everybody waiting in line?
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna happen again when the PS5 Pro comes out.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Has it not happened like every following generation?
Yeah, but like
the
not,
price point hasn't
not
been...
at that price point.
No.
Oh yeah, the Pro. Hey, yo, everybody was grilling the Pro announcement. They're like, this shit don't even got a disc player. Like,
Exactly.
Like, at least when the 5 first came out, you had the option of if you wanted one. But like now the Pro, like, it straight up don't got one. And then they, like, days later announced the 30th anniversary edition, and people are like, oh, the $600 don't look too bad when it's gray.
I don't hear about
That's
that.
I don't know. Pro don't look that much to me. So
It's not even much of a difference between the technology.
it's not.
It's a waste of money.
They have motherfuckers looking at the screen just like, I don't know. Man, which I don't that ass. Like,
That's how those articles be. Like, I was this close to the screen. I squinted this hard. I kind of strained myself.
I remember I missed the showing of it or whatever, and I was at work, and then I caught it like on break. I watched it on my phone, and I literally was looking at my phone, and I was like this. I was just like, I don't know. What? It's just like
The guy who was fixing Woody in Toy Story 2 to fuck all the magnifying glasses.
yeah.
Just trying to look at the pixels.
I was like, shh. I'm not seeing it. I don't.
It got one more frame, I think. Maybe
Like,
I've linked.
Yeah, like and like I'm one of those people. Like I'll be honest, like I do get very particular with some things. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I PC game, so it's like I'll be, you know, adjusting settings for a game to get the most out of it, like frames, you know, graphics, all that kind of stuff. And I'll notice a little like things like in and out of games. But like even with that, like I was like, what am I paying $200 more for? I don't. It looked the same to me. Like it just it even to me, it wasn't that big of a difference for me to like drop like, you know, $700 or trade my PS5 in for it. Like it didn't make sense. Like, and I like how one of the selling points was like, oh, it's a 50-something% bigger graphics card, so it can keep up with a little more 4K performance. And it's just like, okay, so instead of having 30 frames, I'm gonna have like 40. Like I don't. It just didn't. Like, they claim 4K at 60 frames. I don't know.
Well, you know, when you go
Sound
into your
like-
settings, like you got the choice of either performance or what was the other one?
Like resolution or quality mode.
Yeah, like one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the Pro, like it lets you have both of them on at the same time. That's like the only real difference or benefit.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, which is okay, cool, I guess. But it's just I don't. It's not $700 worth. I'm sorry, it's not. If it's one of those selling points. Like if you don't have a PS5 already, then I can maybe justify like, okay, if you're going to spend the money, then get a Pro. But I still don't even think there it's good. Like, you know, and then like I like after that, Sony came out and said, oh, we're going to be selling like a refurbished PS5 for like $350. And it's like, okay. It's just like, what are you? I don't get the marketing here. Like, and you know, I think we're mainly Sony guys here to an extent, but it's just like it's certain moves that they make where I'm like,
No, they've been falling off in my opinion. I'm
well,
gen, like I'm going PC this time around.
It's trust me, it's worth it. I mean, I have all the consoles and PC, but still, it's I don't know.
The only thing I don't like is like not being able to like own your games physically. Like now that like once I'm gonna be on like PC like fully, because like you'll buy a game on PlayStation or Xbox, and like the problem that I see is that you own the disc, but like the version on that disc like isn't necessarily completed or like done well. And if you want to like play it at its peak, you would have to like download all these patches or like the one major patch that comes at the end of its life cycle. So like if you were to boot it, like if you had to buy the console like 10 years after like they end service or whatever, and you hook up the game, you're only getting the 1.0 version, not all the updates and all the quality of life changes that they put in.
Right.
So you're kind of like screwed at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're like, you know, say you're picking up a game such as like No Man's Sky, right? And you're picking it up years from now or whatever. You're gonna pick it up and be like, the fuck is this? You know what I mean? That game had so many patches, but that's the thing. Like I think that's a generation we're living in with gaming. Like you don't own anything. Like I'm gonna say like at least over 50% of games are launching incomplete. You know, so really it's like and this started like I want to say the prime of it was like, you know, obviously PS4 or Xbox One, but like this kind of started a little bit towards like the end of the PS3 lifespan. You know, you had like games like Last of Us and stuff like that that had those like the extra little downloads. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, remember
the
first week The Last of Us came out and you couldn't fucking save the game?
Yeah, I do remember that. That's true.
I played like 7 hours, and when I found out that you couldn't save, I'm like, I have to redo all that again? Oh,
yep.
God.
I keep that shit on like you would do with the PS2. Keep that shit paused.
Yo, you know? Remember when you couldn't afford a memory card yet? You had to keep that shit on?
Dude, hard times, bro. I couldn't afford an 8 megabyte fucking memory card, bro.
I swear, this generation, maybe even the last, they don't know the struggle of, I've been wanting to talk about this. I remember, so, you know, I lived so close to Jose and I lived so close to Dan and you lived close to Angel and Isaiah and them. So like, I'm sure you relate the same exact way. You ever like one of you had the newest console, the other didn't. So you would unplug all your shit, put all the
Yeah.
wires and the whole console in a ShopRite bag, and you would walk that shit to your boy's house and then plug all that back up. And you're like, all right, I don't got a memory card, but like this is new. Let's play it.
But see, that's what I liked about with 360 implemented. You know what I'm saying? You had the removable hard drives. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's more so with the Slim. Like me and my one boy Joe used to do it all the time. Like, you know, I'm gonna play we would play like in like say Injustice, right? But like I had more like characters unlocked than he did. I just fucking pull out my hard drive, bring it over to his fucking house, and plug my hard drive into the 360, and that was it. That's all you had to do. There was no updating, no nothing. And then it was just as if I took my console with me and everything was there. You know what I'm saying? That was something I thought Xbox would carry forward, especially when the Xbox One was coming out. There was all those rumors like, oh, it's going to be kind of like a PC. It's going to have a removable hard drive. It's going to this and that. And then they were like, nah, but it's going to look like a VCR, and you're not going to be able to play pre-owned games.
Yeah.
God, remember that whole debacle too, man. That was so funny.
On Xbox, you're not even playing off the disc.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like it's a waste of money to own an Xbox.
At this point, yeah, I agree. Funny enough, I have one, but like I didn't buy it. But yeah, it's there isn't a point to having an Xbox anymore because like they got no exclusives. They got Halo.
Same thing with PlayStation.
When's the last time a Halo game came out?
Yeah,
Like
And the last
2
time
years
before
ago?
that?
yeah. 2 years ago was Infinite, and then I mean I know they're probably working on a new Gears game, which I do love Gears, but still, I mean, but yeah, even PlayStation losing its exclusivity at least to PC.
A lot of the exclusives are just remasters of PS4 games.
That's true too. The only ones that are like standing, making their own stuff is, I mean, God of War is going to continue, and I think Horizon is supposed to, but then they just remade the first one, which made no damn sense to me because that came out on PS4. I was like, and did you see? By the way, Jose, did you see the comparison?
Yeah.
Of the new Horizon remaster versus like the PS4 one, and there's too many clips where the PS4 one looks better.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what was the point of this, man? Like, I didn't get it because the game already looked gorgeous and still looks gorgeous. But what the fuck? And they're like, and they said the reasoning was because we wanted it to like, you know, perform as good as Forbidden West, and it's like, okay, but nobody's playing that no more. You know, nobody's gonna want to play that no more. Like, it made no sense at all. At all.
Whoever decides when the game comes out is stupid. Like when the first one came out, that's when Breath of the Wild came out. Nobody was playing Horizon. And then when the second one came out, that's when Elden Ring came out. Like, y'all think they're gonna pick you over them?
That's true. It's funny enough, I was the guy playing both Horizons when everybody else was playing Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring. You know, but I'm in the minority with that, and I know that. Like, trust me, like, you know, because I don't play Souls-likes. Like, I'm too how can I say? I'm too much of a pussy to play those games. I can't die over and over and be okay with myself. I can't. I'll get too frustrated.
It's like
I do
what
plan
I
on
right.
I do plan on eventually trying. Like, my boy always told me to try Bloodborne.
I was just gonna say
I'll play that with you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down. I mean, because he told me Bloodborne is a little more like not fast paced, but it's a little more offensive.
You gotta be more aggressive in that one.
Yeah, so which I'm a little more comfortable with that because if I die while being aggressive, then I'm happy with that than trying to be defensive and then dying and be like, well, what the fuck you expect me to do? But no, but back to the Horizon thing. Like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of these game developers are running out of ideas, and so like their first like pull to be like, what can we fall back on? Let's remaster this. Like, we just made it 3 months ago. Doesn't matter. Just make it prettier if we can and put it out. They'll buy it again. Like, you know, I mean, how many times was Last of Us remastered or remade?
Twice.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I don't know. I thought it was stupid when it came out with part 1 too.
Yeah.
It was remade, remastered,
then
recreated. Like,
yeah.
PS3,
Like,
PS4, PS5.
Yeah, and like it's funny because like as Naughty Dog as a developer, I love them. Obviously, because of Last of Us, you know, Uncharted, you know, they're a solid. They used to be that game company to where like they put something out once every couple years and it was a solid project and everything. Now they're turning into these other developers, and like it's really bothering me, man. And I'm just like, Naughty Dog, stop, like don't. And I'm hearing whispers of another Uncharted coming out. I'm like, stop, you ended the series. You know what I mean? Just leave it be.
I feel a lot of it is just people that they be dreaming out loud and they're like, oh man, it would be nice if they brought this back and continued this. And then so much chatter goes on that people report it as if it's rumors. And then other people are like, oh, these rumors, where'd they come from? Like, there must be something to it. And it's like, no, there's nothing to it. It's just people fucking can't accept the fact that a story ended. And they just want more.
100%. It's just like with different people, with whether it be comics or it be any kind of storyline, any kind of media, you know, a lot of things that we grew up with didn't necessarily, like, I can't say it doesn't necessarily end. Like Dragon Ball is a great example. Dragon Ball hasn't ended. You know what I'm saying? It's still going.
I mean,
but
did.
I feel like, well, it did a couple times technically, but like it kept going. You know what I mean? But like you see like a My Hero Academia, you see like a lot of these other series that like do actually end, and there's always a wide majority of different people that just are not satisfied with the ending, or I believe just not satisfied to have an ending in general. You know what I mean? And I know My Hero is not the greatest thing to use in this, but
I mean,
like
did you
still,
see it?
I'm not fully caught up yet. That's why I'm trying not to.
Like, are you reading
You know what
it?
I'm saying? No, I'm not reading it. I'm watching the anime. I know kind of some of the things that happen. That's why I'm trying to like, you know.
I
steer
was
away from
watching it,
Cola.
but like,
Yeah.
I got so bored. I'm bored. I got so bored
Bard?
when they started focusing on the villains, and I just stopped watching. And then when I
got
heard
you.
all the negativity on the ending in the manga, I just decided to spoil myself and looked it up, and I'm like, this is pretty fucking terrible. Like, wow.
Well, yeah, it's funny because even like recently JJK ended, and I actually was caught up with that.
I just started
and
reading
everything
like
like that.
because I don't feel like watching it.
It's fair enough, which I will say the actual anime is actually pretty solid. But yeah, just in general though, I feel like, you know, there are some endings out there that like some people don't want necessarily or don't get what they want, which you'll see that in JJK too. That's not a spoiler, but there's there are some things that the fans have, especially with JJK, been like, oh, if I don't get this, like we riot, and it's just like, all right, relax. It's just like it's like I feel like there's a lot of fan bases out there that have their obsessive fans that are kind of like really, you know what I'm saying? Like, and manga is a great example for like, there's so many out there, and there's so many different obsessed fan bases anymore. Like, you see that you go to somebody and be like, "Oh, what's your favorite anime?" And they're like, "Oh, it's what's it, High School DXD or something?" And you're like, "Oh, he's one of them." You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, bro. Like, which first of all, John, you would love that anime.
You said one of those. I think I understand why you're saying that.
Watch the first episode. You're good, bro.
I'm like, wow, that's your example.
I know, right?
It's now recorded.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I never looked at a man that goes, "Oh, my favorite anime is High School DxD," and I went, "Ugh." I was like, Like, me and my boy used to joke back and forth, like, "Oh, you watch High School DxD?" "Yeah, I watch it for the plot." You know, that joke. Great plot, by the way, John. In case you want to watch another anime. It's just, yeah. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, nowadays with media, any sort of, you know, cartoon, comic, video game, I feel like you have more haters than people who like things anymore anyways.
We live in a negative culture.
100%. 100%.
The people that hate things the most be the fans of it.
Oh, yeah. Star Wars, great example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate Star Wars now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do. Jose, I'm hanging on by a thread. Trust me, I did not watch Acolyte, by the way. I decided not to, especially after I heard the reviews of episode 3. Fuck no. And it got canceled, so that shows that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. It's usually, I mean, we're wrestling fans. Trust me, wrestling fans are the worst. Oh, they're fucking. I can't,
dude. Oh, I'm not even gonna mention.
But back to the developers losing their creativity thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly people in our generation, like, who are making these games now, and
true.
Like I saw a lot of video examples, and hate our generation, like millennials. They're such bad writers, no creativity. Like,
You heard it here first.
pretty much,
Fuck y'all.
John. Like, or am I supposed to call you immortal?
Yeah, I'm gonna censor that. Don't.
Pretty much,
I'm gonna
immortal.
censor and delete every street name we mention, every school name, every government. First
Immortal
name of
Storm,
ours.
wreaking fatality. No. It's just like-
But
Well, because people are crazy online.
No, I get it.
Like, let's
I
be
get it.
yeah,
real.
but immortal. Yeah, you see that?
Just call me Storm.
Storm.
It's shorter. I guess.
Storm? I'm not calling you Storm. Bitch, I'll call you
Or-
Drizzle. I'm
or
not
ju-
calling you
just-
Storm.
Just like slip past it. Just
You
be
mean
like, yo,
black woman
bro.
superhero?
Like,
Hey, yo, Drizzle, let me tell you something.
yo, my brother.
Nah.
But it's like current Marvel movie humor. Like that's kind of like millennial writing, like pointing out the obvious, stating like the fact as if you're not exactly experiencing it, but more like reading it or watching it, even though the characters are in that situation.
Mm.
Like
See,
I forgot what the word was called for that.
Wait, say it again.
Like because characters in Marvel movies, they always gotta like state the obvious or repeat what we all just saw, or
Are you thinking of the word meta?
meta. But there was another like phrase for it.
Self-aware.
Yeah, there you go. Like it's
Breaking the fourth wall.
self-awareness. Like that type of humor is just terrible, and you see a lot of it. And then you'll see it in games where like you'll be playing a mission and you're trying to infiltrate this building, and then the person on the comm comes up and it's going like, "Hey man, it would be really nice if you could just help me out with this, but you don't have to if it's it's all right, bro." It's like, shut up! Why are you talking to me?
Hey, Snake. I know you're doing something right now, but if you, yeah, I'm glad that you brought it up, like the Marvel, the MCU type humor, because it is that. That's literally when it started heavily. You know what I'm saying? It was really brought into like the limelight of shit, and like you started seeing it unravel more. Like a great example is when Justice League came out. I mean, I know it's hard to talk about DCEU because it was trash, but when Justice League finally released and we found out that like Joss Whedon finished off the movie instead of actual Snyder, and like not that Snyder's the best. I think he's good, but he's not the best by any means. But when I saw some of the humor, even from like Batman and stuff, and I was like, "The fuck is this?" I was like, "I don't,"
Like,
and then I heard that, yeah, it was like, yeah, he was throwing quips out there, and I'm like, "The fuck?" And then I saw that Joss Whedon finished it off. I'm like, "Oh, there you go, this fucking Marvel writer." It was just like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that makes a hell of a lot more sense now. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, there's a lot of that in a lot of media now. Like, it's all the same recycled type shit where it's just kind of like, okay. Like it's kind of
I think
killing
a
it.
lot of people like they're just not aware and honest with themselves on like what their strong suit is. Like they just see what has succeeded. Like, oh, Marvel has succeeded with this formula of like this type of humor and not so much tugging at the heartstrings. Like maybe there's some emotion with the character relationships here, but it's mostly a comedy and cool fight scenes, and others are like, oh, they're making billions of dollars off this formula. We must adopt this formula to every type of fucking story we put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like it's mainly for kids. Like because like after like mid high school and up, you started like going back to Nickelodeon just to see what was new, and there was a lot of like loud characters that just screamed and random things happening, and you're like, well, what's the plot of the episode? Like, okay, now that person's just came out of somebody's mouth, and now the episode's done. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, dude, have you seen like I guess SpongeBob is still going, but like what's his name, the original creator, when he like stepped aside from it, like the seasons that have went on, like it's just a lot of like SpongeBob's face changing into this fucking object, and he's just like sticking his tongue out and being loud, and it's just like, what is the like? There's not even a joke here. He's just like deformed now, I guess. Haha.
I haven't seen anything new of SpongeBob since past 2011 or something.
Damn. No, it's I mean, like even Cartoon Network is the same thing. I remember it was like my niece showing me like I think it was like fucking Chowder or
Oh my god.
yeah. And she was
Chowder.
like, oh,
My gym partner's a monkey. Fanboy and Chum Chum. Like
yes. Yeah, it was that shit where I was sitting there. I'm like, the
the
fuck
Mighty
is going on?
Bee.
This is so.
Like, what the hell are these shows, man?
It was so annoying. Like the only one that like I ended up like kind of liking because I think I forget who showed me some more of it because we were just like sitting there and just put it on. And I think it was like Adventure Time, and I was kind of just like at first I was like I was annoyed as fuck of the show, and then like I watched like I think it was like later seasons or something, and it actually had a story behind it, and I was like, oh, yo, why is this so deep for no fucking reason? I was like, what? But that was like the one diamond in the rough out of like every other loud ass show around it, where I was like, I don't. Like they just said something about farts real loud, and I was just like, I don't like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, my sister be putting on like our cartoons that we grew up with, like for her nephew who's only one.
Good.
Like she be having Powerpuff Girls and Rugrats on loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, my sister
He
has
don't know
me
what the
watch
fuck he's
her
watching, but-
kids, or like when I watch the kids for my sisters. Like I don't put on what the kids want to watch. I put on what I want to watch, and I'm only playing what I like.
Jose said, "Fuck them kids, bro. I ain't playing no fucking baby shark, man. Fuck that shit. He said he putting on Thundercats."
Oh, like Hey Arnold or like Danny
Hey,
Phantom.
Jose, can we watch? No, fuck. Shut up. You gonna?
And the thing is, at least, like, not even like us being selfish and nostalgic, but like at least we know that this is a good show and there's not some sort of like subliminal type of bullshit going on. Like, you remember, I forget, was it called Elsa Gate? It was like there were those it was like content creators, that making content for kids, but then it would like if you weren't paying attention, yeah, it would like
I don't know what
suddenly
this is.
it would be cutesy little baby content, for little kids that are so young. But then like it would cut to a scene of fucking Spiderman humping Elsa, and then it would like continue to other normal shit. And it's like if you just put that on and then you just went to go do some laundry or cook, like you just put it on and let your child just sit there and watch, like you'd have no idea that like scenes like that were being sprinkled in and like it was really fucking that kid's head up. And, like that was a whole thing. But like, at least we know the shows we watched were all right, I think. We probably, not only would we enjoy sitting next to our nephews and such, like watching the show with them, but like I'm sure Jose would enjoy sitting next to his nephew or niece and telling them like, you see, Stoop Kid ain't that bad. They just bullies.
Stoop Kid, bro.
Like he would give him a whole lesson on bullying, like and like,
Let me tell you why he's not gonna leave his stoop.
He doesn't know how to read.
More of the story: learn how to read.
He'll get lost if he sees those street signs.
Nah, it's like, but I can't use Stoop Kid. I love it.
Like, Jose, what was it you were telling me earlier on the phone about some
Cocomelon.
Yeah,
It's a brain rot show for like toddlers and babies. Like you put it on and they'll like play with their toy, and then the second you put it on, they go. And then the second it goes off, they start playing with their toys again. Like it's an overstimulating show with too many like jump cuts between scenes. Like the longest scene was like maybe 6 seconds or 4.
Oh shit! They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, overstimulating and not developing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I'll tell you what though, Bluey, that shit's bomb.
Yeah, like
Have you
my
actually
brother-in-law was
watched it?
telling me that he puts that on because it's better.
It's actually, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here as a grown ass man and be like, "Yeah, I watch Bluey." No, and like this, the times I've seen it on with like little kids, all that kind of stuff. It's actually
Okay, yeah, sure.
like a, you know what I mean? But it's like it's actually like decent and reminds me a lot of like the old cartoons like we would watch like when we were like younger. You know what I'm saying? And there's even like jokes in there for adults that's not like sexual innuendo or anything like that either. And it actually like makes adults laugh too. Like it's a decent show. Like I make fun of my fiance because she'll like watch an episode or two and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh no, it's just it popped up on the screen.
Yeah, sure.
But no, I mean, look, there's there's shows like nowadays that like like more recently written shows that are like decent. Like it's not the whole thing, but there's too much of it though. That's why I agree with Jose on that. There's too much of it with that meta humor and stuff like that. Like it's kind of getting repetitive and boring.
Yeah, like the loud characters and random stuff just kind of like fed into how like kids and TikTok culture and all that is going on these days. Like they can't focus.
I think Vine is what really
that was the catalyst
destroyed things because of the whole 6 second, the whole idea of it just like having a whole
5 second videos.
Like all the content is squeezed within 6 seconds. Like be creative to actually have something to show or say. And you know how when people would make a Vine and like there would be a whole dialogue, but they're trying to squeeze it all in.
Yeah, they're like loud seconds. And quick.
They're like rushing their fucking senses. Hey guys, it's me. And then the moment happens and then it fucking repeats before you know it. And like I feel like that really killed people's attention spans. And ever since then, it's like content just has to be quick to the fucking point. Like people will click off of it if it doesn't get to the punchline or
Yeah, no, I do agree. I feel like I feel like I work at Target, right? And like I feel like there's a lot of new kids we hire that like ain't got no attention span whatsoever. Like I swear to God, like I'll be teaching a kid how to do something, you know what I mean, or like showing them. It could be something as simple as the register, and I swear to God that I'm like, all right, did you retain anything? I said it all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I talked longer than like 6 seconds, it was just like I lost him. That's it. I think it's not happening. Like I'll be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like not all of them obviously, but there have been. You know what I'm saying? I've been in retail for 14 years, and like, I'm like, I don't. Okay, well, this one's not lasting. Got it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it happened around the time of Vine, but like, I would say, like, a lot of people's attention span anymore is just not there. It's just not there at all.
Yeah.
So
I don't even go on social media. I just avoid it.
Like after Vine, like the biggest platform became TikTok, and every other existing platform adopted its formula of the whole vertical scrolling up feed, you know what I mean? Of videos. They saw the success and the numbers and the amount of time people stayed with that app open, and like every other platform just changed its whole layout and algorithms and just how they present shit.
Yeah, I'm glad I quit Instagram like a few years ago before they put Reels in, because I'll be on Instagram just scrolling for like, I don't know, like it's like 4 hours pass by, and I'm like, oh shit, like where did the time go? And like if Reels were a thing back then at the time, like I would have probably be addicted right now.
That sounds like John with Twitter.
I was just gonna say, I have to admit, I still be telling myself I'm gonna delete it off my phone, so like I'll only ever be on Twitter if I'm on the computer because I barely open my computer, So it's like I'll only be on it when I'm like about to do something productive. I'll only scroll a little bit, but then it's like I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep it on my phone. I need something to do during my lunch break.
I remember. No, okay, I got a story. I remember one time, John was over my house when I was still living with my sister, and he was sitting there doing his usual. He's on the chair and he's just on Twitter. This is before it was X. How long ago it was? No, I'm just kidding. He was scrolling, and I remember he told me, he's like, "Oh, I got to the bottom of my feed." I said, "How in the fuck?" I didn't know that was possible. I was like, "No wonder you put your phone down." It's just like
literally there was nothing new, nothing to refresh.
That's wild. Oh man!
No, but this is also sort of old news, but they did I think shut down Cartoon Network. I forget what
Oh,
it
yeah,
was,
I was
but
hearing something about them.
it's what you'd expect. People getting laid off because CEOs don't want to pay people to fucking write or whatever the fuck. Like, you just get rid of everybody. Or you know, like there's been the whole like idea of like getting AI to write scripts, and you know that whole writer strike type shit. You know, that's the world we live in these days.
No, we don't exactly know. Elaborate.
Well, have you seen, I guess, the latest season premiere of The Simpsons?
I haven't watched The
Or
Simpsons
heard of
since
it?
like 2010.
But
I'm convinced Jose
I-
ain't do nothing past 2011.
yeah.
Like after the
I'm
movie
tired,
came
we
out,
don't
like
even
the
know
show
it.
started
I know,
getting
this is-
stale.
he's just part of our shared grief. He doesn't really exist right now. But you know, for the longest time, people have saying like, "Oh, the quality of The Simpsons fell off so many years and seasons ago, whatever." But like, I saw people lately were like really raving about how back to its prime self that latest season premiere was, because they did something where like I really have to watch it, but they kind of played off the fact that like, hey, let's pretend that AI wrote the script to this episode. Like it was so meta and like it joked about itself in that sense. And so I guess the episode just plays out in such a way. I can't even explain it because I didn't even actually watch it, but apparently it was just like so ingenious what they did.
I mean, it kind of done that before. It was either that or Family Guy, where they're like, "Oh, Fox canceled us."
uh,
Oh yeah, that's true.
but it wasn't just one joke here. It was like the whole episode played out a certain way, and I think they referred to the season premiere as the series finale. It's like when I was watching a clip, and I was like, "Why the fuck does it say series finale in the corner? Like that's a big thing to like. How did I not hear the Simpsons ending?" But it wasn't. It was just the concept of this episode.
I mean, it should end. And like the second the guy who voices Homer dies, that's like 3/4 of the cast. Like,
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
They got this dude chained up like how they got cows with the fucking machines on its udders, and it's just fucking lifeless. Like they're like, you voiced these motherfuckers.
Well, remember, fucking, they're owned by Disney now. Remember that.
oh yeah,
So they're gonna be milked to high hell. Like, nah, and plus the fucking show's been on the air for like 100 years, right? It's like,
I think
goddamn.
it started in
like,
'88 or something.
Yeah. Like the fuck, man. Like, what else are they possibly making episodes about? Well, apparently AI.
I mean, if they're like South Park,
I mean-
it's current events.
You got the pumpkins behind you. They always got that Treehouse of Horror shit every year, you know.
Oh,
I
the
used to like
connection.
those.
Yeah, the Treehouse of Horror was always lit, though. That's true. That's true. But I don't know, man. Robots are gonna take over and kill us. I know this. Like, come on now.
Have you seen? Oh my god, the fucking Tesla robots.
That's wild.
Dog
man.
walk things or what?
They're like, hey, this robot can cook and clean and even babysit. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know if I'm gonna trust anything that much.
I'm gonna get married.
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
you get a Tesla robot to watch your kid, it's gonna squeeze its fucking skull like Great Khali did Rey Mysterio.
I don't know. I saw iRobot.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw iRobot. Nope. Oh my god. Oh, what's that one game that came out on was it PS4? Fuck, what was it? Is it Detroit Become Human?
Yeah.
Nah.
Deus Ex Machina.
No, that's a movie.
Fuck that game.
Wait,
Or Ex
Detroit
Machina.
Become Human.
I showed you that movie.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it was Detroit Become Human, where everybody had like the fucking basically androids that did shit for them, and they could do like they basically were like people. And
Yeah,
I was like,
still never
I
played
played
it.
that game. It's a really good game,
Yeah.
but it just nah, bro.
it's
No, 'cause,
another
like, I-
game I bought on sale.
No, because I played Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, and then I also played Until Dawn, The Walking Dead Season 1 and 2. I do kind of like that style of game. It's just lately I've just been into RPGs.
No, understandable. Yeah. It's like it's as like, well, I can't say those kind of games are mindless. They're obviously not because they keep you on your toes in some situations. But I'm just saying the whole premise of the like because you make decisions for like 3 different androids in the game,
Mhm.
and it's just like nah, bro. like some of the storylines they touched on. I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. It's like I played that and I saw iRobot. I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nothing, bro. Because soon they'll make that shit mandatory. I'm good.
Like I know a little bit about it, but like wasn't it kind of too on the nose with the white cop android and then the black activist trying to get freedom?
Yeah, it was one of the. I mean, you knew they were going to touch on something like that. You knew they were going to do.
Yeah, but
something,
they could have not
you know
have done the reverse.
No, I get it.
I like it's a little bit too on the nose. Like,
no, I get what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the storylines in it were just very real. So, but yeah, but I'm just still the whole AI robot thing. No, I'm good, man. Like I'll pass on that one.
no, but the one that John brought up, the movie Ex Machina, that was a really good one. You should look that up.
Yeah, I gotta take a look at that one for sure.
What was the plot? Was like a dude was experimenting, like
a guy created an AI android, and he brought an employee from his company, like a lower level employee, and brought him to do a Turing test. And what a Turing test is that you're speaking to something that is AI, but like you're supposed to not know what it is, and like when you're doing a test, it's supposed to make you believe that it's a real person. And if it makes you believe that, then you've like failed the Turing test, or I guess it passes.
I feel like all these stories end the way you expect them to. We lose.
Machine tries.
Yeah. I feel like in a sense, those games are the best, like The Walking Dead, Telltale, or, all those Telltale series and like Heavy Rain, like, because, there's the different paths, different endings, your choices. Like as a team of writers, you really got to think of every option and like what makes sense still. But so Nick, I was at Jose's house last week, and in a similar but also different sense, he made me play this game. I don't know if you ever heard, what was it called? AI 2U. It's like AI, the number 2, the letter U. Is it just a PC game?
Yeah.
So I guess it's not really got a script or a linear dialogue to it.
AI to you with you till the end.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
So, like, I guess the dialogue is not a linear fixed thing. Like, oh yeah, you say this and this will always be said next or that. But it's like you just have. Well, so the story is you wake up from a coma and you're just in this girl's apartment. And first off, that's like a red flag. Like, why am I not in a hospital bed? Why am I in a fucking apartment? Like, if I'm waking up from a coma. But you have to talk to this girl, and like as a puzzle, I guess you have to talk your way out of the apartment.
Is
like she will not let you leave.
How does the game play? Is it more like kind of closer to like a top down?
No.
No.
It's first person. You can either like type what you want to say or verbally say it through the mic. And the learning machine or AI in the sense will respond to exactly like what you asked. Or sometimes, I mean, John asked one thing and then she said the complete opposite. I'm like, that never happened to me. So
I fucking sucked at first, because like at first I wasn't trying to win and like leave. I was just trying to like get some knowledge of like the plot or something. So like I kept fucking dying. But one of the playthroughs, I'm like, I wake up and I'm talking to this girl and I'm like, hey, like, what's up with the Band-Aid on your leg? And she's just like, we don't got to talk about that. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, what kind of response is that? Like, why so serious all of a sudden? I'm like, hey, like, I also noticed there's like some blood on your skirt. And she's like, I don't like that you're asking all these questions. And she starts backing me up. And Jose's like I thought I died already, but Jose's like, you could back up. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm backing up. So she's like, I don't like that you're asking all these questions. She just pulls out a knife and just starts swiping. I'm like, hey, yo. and like I kept fucking dying. And Jose's like, damn, I guess there was an update, or it's a lot harder now.
An update.
Just kept feeling that.
You really have to like talk your way out of the apartment. Like you really have to. Like Jose was telling me, he's like, I gained her trust. Like I made her comfortable, and like I really asked her about herself. And,
I like the first time around, I told her everything she wanted to hear, like, cause
like a real one.
Cause like the anime term yandere.
I've heard of it.
Well, that's what she is, and that type of character archetype is somebody who's obsessed with their love interest.
Oh, right.
So
right, yeah.
I just use that to my advantage because I know what that character archetype is. So I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I think you're pretty cute. Tell her everything she wanted to hear. Like, I love her. I see a future for us together.
I like your feet. No.
And then I just like, I'm like, hey, let's go to the park. And just the two of us. I'm like, could you open a door? And then she opens the door, and I'm like, like, get the fuck out of here.
She's like, you forgot your keys. But yeah, then Jose said, like, yeah, I played again. The next time, I was like, you smell that? It smells like gas. We should get the fuck out of here. And he convinced her to get the fuck out.
Yep.
Right.
I was like, I called the building manager.
Really...
He said, we got to evacuate.
Okay.
I'm like, this game really teaches you how to be manipulative and just talk your way out of shit.
Jose's over here just like, no, it doesn't.
No, because like I also like convinced her I was a superhero, and I'll make her my sidekick. We just got to like, I'm like,
Wait.
Like, we got to go out there and save the people. Let's go.
Wait, time out. Time out. No, the first two situations, I was
That's
just like
brainwash.
Because I was
Okay.
experimenting.
right. Then he brought up, all right, listen, bitch, I'm Superman. Okay, you may not believe this, but like,
Nick might have the hair, but I'm really...
I'm like, bitch, you see my curl?
I put on these glasses. You don't even know who the fuck I am.
Yeah, right. Let me take the glasses off right quick. Oh my god. You want to be my Robin? That's crazy. Now I definitely got to check this. Is it it's on Steam?
It will be soon. Right now it was a demo, but I was playing it on another website.
Oh, okay. Now I gotta check that out then. Definitely.
How do you even find this?
I just saw a random YouTube short, and I'm like, comments. Where is it? Where can I find it? Okay, and I went to go today.
Oh yeah, I was trying to talk her into bed. Like not even. It wasn't even the horniness coming out of me. Like, I mean, I was semi-curious. I'm like, how far will this game go? But also, I'm like, oh, if I convince her to take a nap, I'll just walk the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, that was a strategy.
Wait.
But it didn't work. She stabbed me.
John said, what's all that blood on your skirt? You want to fuck?
I never said I was good at talking.
No.
This game made me realize that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because there's like a time limit, and I told them like you got to keep the conversation going. Because if you like ignore her for like 30 seconds, she'll be like, "Why are you ignoring me? Please talk to me." It's like, oh, hold on.
She will stab you for ignoring her, which is crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, there's no way she's Japanese. She's Latina. Like, that's all they do.
If it's the archetype he's saying, trust me, yes. She'll be like, why aren't you paying attention to me? Oh, shit.
Boricua chicks are an archetype.
Yeah, like one conversation, she brought up like streamer, and I'm like, well, who's your favorite streamer? And she said this one girl, and I'm like, oh, let me see this. I'm like, oh, I love that streamer. Like, I just want to marry her. And then her eyes turn around, and she's like,
there you go.
You don't talk about another girl in front of me.
Oh, shit. That's a mighty big knife you have.
The one in my pocket?
Is that a snake knife, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh my god. You know what, honestly? This gave me an idea. John, I think you should start streaming on Twitch and just playing like just decision-based games like these. Like, I feel like it'd make for great entertainment.
Yeah, the chat just
honestly,
yelling at him.
Yeah.
I've honestly thought about streaming because, I've recorded gameplay in the past, and like I've been wanting to make a channel out of it, but like I like to actually edit and like make funny shit.
Oh, did you finish editing that video from 7 years ago?
Yeah. I guess now with YouTube Shorts, I can actually just like, oh, well, this part's funny, and let me make it a short. Like maybe I could get something going there, but
You can do
Also,
that.
like, because editing is like
Do AI
such a
brain
fucking
rot
drag.
YouTube Shorts make a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I might as well just stream the whole playthrough of something instead of making a fucking series.
That's too long.
But I feel like I should get a following first.
I get you.
Like, if I'm playing old ass games that are not trendy anymore, like, how am I gonna get numbers? You know?
That's what I'm saying. Just go live. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
man.
thinking about doing, like, if I thought about streaming too, and I was just thinking, like, if I were to do it, what would I do? I would just
Mhm.
I wouldn't stay trendy or be with current games coming out. I'd probably just be playing certain Souls likes, like
Mhm.
Neo 2, because I really like that game.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, like, when you're streaming too, like you get, there's different choices to make. Like, am I gonna show my face? Am I not gonna show my face? You know what I'm saying? There's people that, have these whole characters they built up on how they're doing it. Some have like the VTuber stuff. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a lot that goes into it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So I think John should just go live, just like this, just fucking like.
Again, like how we mentioned, cartoons will just be a bunch of loud nonsense. I feel like so many streamers, like you said, are playing a character. They're just fucking loud, and like their whole fan base is just 10-year-olds. And I'm like, I don't understand streaming culture. I don't understand IRL streamers. I'm like, why are you watching somebody else just live their daily life, and they don't even got a real job either? Like, what is so
They're not
interesting?
half
I
the
don't
time. They're not even
understand.
living their life. They're just being a nuisance to society.
Yeah, nowadays that's the only people that get numbers.
So
But it's so weird because a lot of the shit would end up on my fucking Twitter feed, and I'm like, I don't like these people. I don't like the idea of IRL streaming. I don't get it. I don't get being a fan of it. So I'm like, ugh, every time this is on my fucking feed, like,
no, but
fuck this guy.
because
Like,
it's because of the age. Like you're in your 30s now. Like that type of streamer, like can only get like kids that young. And I say that like in a weird way. They can only like get an audience of that age.
Right.
Because like eventually that streamer's gonna get to their 30s and then they're not gonna be as popular anymore. They can only farm that money for so long, being stupid in public, and then they're just gonna be a pathetic joke.
I used to hate IShowSpeed every time I saw a fucking clip of this guy because he was just always just loud and barking.
His
And
old
I'm like,
shit was wild.
I'm like, what does he even play? Like, what is like he's just barking literally. Like, but like then sometimes, at least for him, he's a very small minority. Like I see he'll just be in a normal ass conversation about something. And I'm like, oh, this dude's actually mature. Or like I'll see like a clip of like him from 4 years ago to today, and it's like, oh, you literally see this guy has matured as a person, unlike like he's a diamond in the rough in that sense. Like, oh, this dude's actually intelligent. Like, unfortunately, I guess he has to maintain this character. But
See, that's the thing, though. Let me stop you right there. A lot of the times, at least half of these kids are actually really smart and intelligent, but they play this character and are told to keep playing this character to get the views of that certain audience, age, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
like other people are just like, hey, I found out like you can make money so easily being a piece of shit in public.
Have you seen Hollywood?
Uh,
I'm just saying. This happened long before that.
Yeah.
To this point, I know none of you have seen the Vince McMahon documentary,
No.
but
Bro.
you should at least skip to like the last 3 minutes because it is very eerie what he says. Like he sounds like he's so self-aware. Like they ask him about the Mr. McMahon character and Vince McMahon, and he has this whole dialogue. He's like, I feel like some people, like maybe I don't know myself and I didn't learn who I was at such a young age. Suddenly I'm playing this character and I'm doing it in public daily. And perhaps at a point, I become the character unknowingly. And like, he's saying this like philosophical shit. Like he sounds so self-aware, but then you're like, yeah, you really are the character. You really are worse than the fucking TV counterpart.
I don't think you can make that much money and not be self-aware.
To an extent, at least, yeah. I agree. Well, but he's the same dude that came out. What was it, last year or the year before, when the more of those accusations and everything came
Uh,
out of like the sexual assault stuff, all that kind of stuff. And the first thing he thought to do was, on the next show on SmackDown, I'm gonna come out
yeah.
and open the show. And it was like, you're under investigation, my dude. Like, there's
Yeah,
like
they immediately announced like Vince McMahon is gonna speak at the start of SmackDown, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's gonna address the allegations."
nope.
But it was just first of all a ploy to get people to tune in, and then he literally came out, raised his hands up, and then fucking left. He literally did not even speak on that.
That's when that's when it really keyed in for me. I was like, this dude is a fucking maniac, bro. Like, I was like, there's no way. Like, because
He went into a limo and blew it up on TV.
Hey, that was good TV. No, I'm just kidding.
But like all good TV, it got canceled the very next week.
I need that conceited meme that.
I'll say, if you don't remember, next week was when Chris Benoit died.
Oh,
That's why that
There it
storyline got
goes.
canceled. Because
The
he had to
live-
come
oh.
out. He had to come out real self publicly, like, so my character died, but in reality, one of our talents.
One of our CTE. No.
That shit
Yeah.
is like, even though like we, at least, me and Nick, I'm sure know the whole story and everything. Like, we know fucking Chavo Guerrero's perspective on the entire week. Like, it still doesn't stop being so fascinating to me, because I lost my train of thought. I probably got CTE.
Keep
Damn,
this
I really
man
did.
away.
CT.
It stays fascinating to me. Shit, I really lost my train of thought.
So, anyways, on the next episode,
Yeah, don't do headbutts.
Don't do it.
tune in next week.
To the ending.
Fuck it, that's how this episode going.
All right, guys, I'm gonna walk to my limo right quick.
No.
No, I mean, like, so the whole fascinating part of it, first of all, like, I remember as the story unfolded with everything, like, I feel like every piece of information that came out was just kind of like, what the fuck, holy shit, you know what I mean? But
Oh, I was gonna say, they had mentioned that apparently they found out what really happened, because at first, when they found out not just Chris Benoit but his wife Nancy and his child Daniel, they all died. Like, when you hear that, people were speculating, like, oh, was it carbon monoxide? Like, their alarm was dead, and like they died in their sleep. Like, people had speculations, but apparently the knowledge became known of what exactly happened during the airing of that tribute show. And so, like, they were having this tribute show, and like all the wrestlers are like, yeah, Chris Benoit was such a great in-ring technician. He was a master of his craft. And then, like, I guess, like, by the second hour, like, the interviews had a different tone to it. I never gone back and watched it, but like, I think people have mentioned, like watch William Regal talk. Like, he knew when he was on air. But I'm fascinated knowing that now, that people knew like an hour later when they went on air. So like, I want to rewatch it, but also it's just like grim and fucking like, who the fuck wants to like relive that type of feeling? Like, rather not.
As an audience member or watch or a viewer?
Yeah, like, I don't want to just like, oh, I'm bored. What is there to do? The boys ain't online for Fortnite. Let me go watch people cry talking about Chris Benoit when they found out. Like, I'm not just going to look that shit up.
I mean, research purposes. your fucking job.
damn.
Listen, I've watched this whole Vince doc, and I've been wanting y'all to fucking watch it, and y'all, this nigga over here watching Bluey instead.
Okay, damn right.
my nephew is 1, his nephew 25. Like, so I don't know why he tuning in.
No, that's funny as hell.
What's your excuse, sir?
I got none.
This shit just got characters and stories.
What?
I'm just trying to figure out why Nick is watching Bluey.
Listen, man, you're lucky I lost my train of thought. Oh my god. No,
So we were talking about video games before.
were we? Yeah, those damn video games, man.
Yeah, the memory cards.
Wow.
If only I had one 5 minutes ago.
I feel like that shit happened 45 minutes ago.
Jesus.
Yo, I remember going to Jose's house. Man, these kids don't know about having the controller and having to fucking wrap that shit up. And
The second you got a PS3, you stop coming over.
Yeah. Before online gamings, everything's, used to be split screen or like, so, dude, I remember bringing like 6 fucking, it was all physical, right? So like 6 fucking games. It's like, we gonna play 1 or 2 of these, but I'm gonna bring all of them. I'm gonna bring my whole controller and I'm gonna go to Jose's house and I'm, walking however many blocks with this plastic bag of everything just fucking loose.
Like 1.5.
It felt like a lot more sometimes.
Across what street?
It was a busy street.
Oh wait,
John
from your grandpa's, there was a block and a half, but from your other house, I guess I
wasn't much farther.
John,
I remember getting to Jose's house and it's like, all right.
3, yeah.
It's like, all right, let's play this game. And it's like, you got the memory card? Fuck, I forgot the memory card. It's like, nigga, you gonna walk the fuck back. I'm gonna boot it up, but you gonna walk the fuck back and get that memory card because we are not playing them first few levels again.
And John's like, I have to walk across town again. And
by this time, the sun was coming down.
Yeah, right.
It's like, all right, well, let's play this one.
John made it sound as if like it was when your parents just talk about how they got to school back in the day, and they were just like, "Oh, it was a snowstorm, and I had to walk like 45 minutes."
I had to fight 3 wolves.
Yeah. God forbid if I had to go back and get that memory card.
After they reattached my arm.
Yeah, right. After I saw my own arm off to get away, Oh my god, it's funny though, because like people nowadays, for some PC gaming and even some console gaming, have gone back to wired controllers, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can go back to the wire again. I mean, I'm totally comfortable with wireless. And first of all, if people are on like PC playing with a controller,
fucking this PS5 controller, fucking battery's shot, so I gotta keep it plugged in. So,
oh damn. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I had gotten the PS5. It was bundled with 2 games and 2 controllers.
Jesus.
And I swore they gave you the 2 controllers because they cheaped you out on the fucking battery. Now, like, you gonna feel like you really got your money's worth because you gonna be swapping controllers every 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah, because the controller only lasts like 4 hours or 3.
Dude, like,
see, I never had these problems with the PS5 controllers. Like, I don't, like, you two aren't the only 2 people that have told me this, because I had my one controller since launch as well, and like, I never had these battery issues with my controllers. So I don't know if I was like lucky.
It's just my launch one. Like the one I've bought since then, the fucking red one, lasts all fucking day. But the launch one, it like. You fucking blink and the prompt comes up on the screen. Plug my shit in. I'm like, what's up?
Yo, if it said that, yo, plug me the fuck in.
Stick it in.
Stop watching me blink, bitch. Can you please? Oh my god.
No, like my white controller lasts 4 hours. The black one lasts 1.5 hours. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh man. Yeah.
But no, Sony's cheap with the controllers. Like their what's that controller called? The fucking
DualSense 5.
DualSense Edge. Like
Oh, they're like pro controllers.
yeah, it's such a scam because like okay, you can take out the joysticks and replace them or whatever, like in case they break or have a drift problem. Okay, cool, but you can't buy it anywhere else besides through their website. And then you go to their website and they're sold out. So now you're kind of like, what the hell?
Shit out of luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's overpriced anyways.
Yeah, because they're trying to compete with the Xbox controller.
Trying. I don't know. I'm not the biggest believer in some of these pro controllers, depending, but because some of them are just like fucking like $300 for what?
Back buttons or whatever.
Exactly.
Ooh.
It's attractive to have like all those like extra buttons for your extra fingers, but it's like how
you got extra fingers, dog?
Yeah, but you gotta
besides your
remember that you
thumbs
mapped
and
it.
your triggers.
Yeah.
But it's like how many different games do you really need all that for? Like
It's mainly for first-person shooters, I think.
Exactly. It's for the first-person shooter people on console that want to try to keep up with like, PC shit. That's like that kind of like reaction time, all that kind of shit. It's not necessary.
Like you fucking map it out to a Telltale game, and it's like press your back pedal for this response.
If you're buying a pro
so
controller for
unnecessary.
Telltale, then it's a whole other problem.
You're just wasting your money.
Is it a problem or is it a flex?
Problem.
All right.
Like, stop it. Get some help.
There you go. Bro, I just got that new pro controller. Like, motherfucker, all you play is Minecraft. What the fuck do you need it for?
How many different ways can you put a block down?
Like at least on the Xbox One, it made sense because you can like change the trigger where you hit the drive or shoot. And instead of like it being a full trigger, you can flick something or whatever, and then it's just a button. It like doesn't go all the way down.
Yeah, it's a quick trigger type of
Like, that was interesting. I mean, I don't know. Like, I was kind of mad on the Switch Pro controller that there was only a button instead of a trigger at the back. Because I'm like, you can't even play a racing game on this damn thing. What's the point in doing that?
fucking Switch's fucking $70 controller.
Yep.
We could try to talk about that. When the hell is this new Switch coming out? And what's it really gonna be?
You don't know, sir? I mean, it should.
Guy
It's
Nintendo.
probably just going to be another like Switch, but like hopefully better technology. Because like what 3 years after the Switch came out, like a lot of games were like having issues just running.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they weren't
the
like
big
made
thing-
from Nintendo, they were like, we don't know what the fucking how to scale this down.
Yeah. Back when I heard that The Witcher 3 was coming to the Switch, and I'm like, really? I was like, how's that gonna play? And they're like, well, it's gonna play. It's basically like having the PC on low settings. I'm like, okay. It's like that makes more sense. But I know it's like the one main target people are like, hoping is like improved is like the actual hardware, and for once Nintendo tries to keep up.
Yeah, like my
with the
friend was
hardware out in the
saying,
market.
like, if Nintendo comes out with better hardware or just a console, then they're like being competition. I'm like, no, they're not. They don't care about that. They have their games.
They've been leading with innovation. Like it's not like with
as long as they put better technology, who cares if Sony or Xbox thinks they're competing with them? Fuck them.
no,
They got their games. They know what they're doing.
yeah. Everybody has their own.
Maybe overpriced and scammy at sometimes.
Oh no! What? Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo do that? Stop! No. Come on now. Tears of the Kingdom being $70. Come on, stop.
Hasn't gone on sale once.
No. Oh, dude. I remember the last time I saw a Zelda game actually go on sale in a good amount of time. Like seriously. But
Was it this year?
was it this year? Like when did Breath of the Wild for the first time go on sale? Exactly. So
I'm just
And when
picturing
Bush
that
was in office.
that old black guy with the mustache going,
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man. Look, all I'm saying is their first move they should make is improving the hardware, because remember, they did go in on that deal with Microsoft for Call of Duty and shit like that. So motherfuckers ain't gonna want to play Call of Duty on like a Switch to begin with. So you're really gonna have to pump out some kind of hardware to where somebody's gonna at least one out of 2,000 people gonna be like, I'm gonna play Call of Duty on my Switch. You know what I mean? But
Dude, you remember, man, these kids don't know about the Wii era and the novelty of it. Like Spider-Man 3, the movie game came out. It was like, cool, a Spider-Man game. It probably sucked. But like, you know, on like the PS3, you had the graphics and such. But like on the Wii, you know, you was actually doing like this fucking motion and like the gameplay, like nothing else fucking mattered. As long as you could pull those triggers and do this in your living room, that money was fucking worth it. And like with Call of Duty, you know, they had that whole plastic fucking shape where you put the controller
The zapper thing.
on the front and nunchuck in the back, and you was literally pointing at the TV like this.
that's how I played Resident Evil 4. That is actually how I played Resident Evil 4. It was on the Wii with the gun attachment. It was terrible. It was terrible. Oh my god! But yeah,
I
the
don't think
Wii
you're
was
supposed to use
fun.
that though.
What's that?
I don't think you're supposed to use that attachment.
I had to use it.
Oh,
Did you play a different game?
I'll be right back.
He's probably like, there's no
You gonna
way
whip
I
out
died
the
that
Wii and
minute.
start playing right now?
No, I'm just gonna get the case and look at the back.
Oh, okay. Maybe from what I remember, I just fucking put that shit in and played.
He's like, I could have saved so many hours. I died so much. If only I had that attachment.
Yeah, right.
Man, I remember seeing like, I don't know if it was Game Informer, but I remember seeing in a magazine like before the Wii came out, and like they showed the controller, and I'm like, the fuck, like it's a remote. It's a TV remote, and like it had like all the different colors, even though they only ever released the fucking white and eventually a black. But
Yeah.
like I literally remember seeing that shit in
shit.
the magazine.
Here come the evidence. Oh, maybe I just had it then, and I was like, "Fucking, I'm doing it this way." All I can say is I was
Put
having a
yourself through
hard time. I was having a hard time. Oh my god! I would never play that shit like that again.
The Wii was such a time. It came with Wii Sports, right? So like
Yeah.
you didn't need
Still
nothing
best game
else.
on the console.
Dog, if you just went over somebody's house and you got to box with that shit, like it all felt so real.
Just got-
That
all I'm
bobblehead just.
saying, all I'm saying is I would smoke y'all at bowling and tennis. I'm just saying that right now.
I'll play you.
Oh, yo, bring it, bro. I used to get that good fucking twist on the ball and shit, bro. Nope. What sport were you good at, John?
I
On
was
Wii
gonna say
Sports.
Jose was actually on the bowling team. Like this
Oh,
nigga
dead ass?
Yeah,
He would
was
be in
that
his
there?
living room sweating when he played Wii Sports.
No,
Gotta prove myself.
I hope he had that wrist strap on.
Yeah.
I could say. Fucking.
Man, that was the whole thing. It was on the news. Like, be warned, don't throw your fucking remote at the fucking your brand new TV you got on Black Friday.
Just a
Like, man, that
remote
had to be
sticking
like
in the
before
screen.
social media.
Oh,
Like
man.
before social media, yet it was like such a trendy thing you'd see online. Like everybody breaking their TVs.
Because they're not listening to the prompt, man. You gotta put the fucking wrist strap on.
Yeah, it's the first thing you see when you start a game.
Yeah, that yeah. There really were kids being like, nah.
Nah,
Same kids who don't put their seatbelt on.
Grown ass adults breaking up the family over an argument because someone threw the shit at a TV.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I throw that family member at my house. Like, just put the strap on.
Let that be a lesson for life. Always put the strap
An
on.
HD TV in 2007 money?
Bro. Shit, wait a
It
fucking
wasn't
ton.
even smart.
Yeah, right.
It was flat, but it still had some weight. Baby had back.
What?
I'm talking about the TVs.
I know. Like,
2007.
all right,
It was there.
everybody, that's the end of the episode. John was over here
It's
feeling with
flat.
the TVs.
Still has some weight.
He was going up to the plasmas and shit like, damn, baby.
It was just more to love.
Oh, my God.
You got all those extra inches.
And-
Yup. I wasn't going there.
okay.
Okay, John.
Yeah, make sure you strapped for them extra inches.
Oh my
I remember
god.
John wouldn't come over because I didn't have an HD TV.
What?
You're fucked.
What? I don't recall.
He said you ain't got at least 720p, bro. Oh my god, that motherfucker's still at 480. Oh my god, I can't play with you.
I remember when I didn't play my Wii for a while, and then I went back from having HDMI, PS3, and all that, and then going back to the Wii, and the shit was like 480. I was like, holy shit! I didn't know this was like so far back in quality.
And you was over here judging Jose.
Like the Wii, you needed the whole composite cable with the 5 different colored wires.
Because the Wii wasn't meant to be played on an HD TV.
No,
Shit was
'cause-
whack.
you would try to play this shit on HD, and this shit look pixelated as a motherfucker. Oh man. Wait, so I gotta know, like, did Jose like invite you over, and then you was just like, well, how many pixels your TV got?
Like, I just remember being on the phone with him, and I'm like, "Yo, you want to come over?" And he's like, "Nah." I'm like, "Oh, why?" He's like, "Cause you don't got this TV." I'm like, "So?"
Oh my
We still
god!
like, who cares? He's like, "You only got a
That's
Wii."
crazy.
I'm like,
This
And?
is revisionist history.
because at the time he was playing Arkham Asylum, so that was like
Mhm.
in Call of Duty. So that was like all he was focusing on.
Oh,
I remember that.
you heard it here first, folks.
Damn, I was a
Cancel.
fake friend because I had Arkham Asylum. Nigga, have you played it?
No,
I
let's not
downloaded
shy
it.
away from the TV portion of this. You said your TV.
You still gotta hit the back of it sometimes because the shit jump.
Or the static just like makes that loud noise in the middle of the night.
He said, "Nah, your TV still got an ass on it. I'm not playing over there."
It ain't flat with all that weight to it.
Oh, here we go. Nah, we're not doing this again.
Dude, I remember going to a friend's house and the nigga had dials on his TV.
Oh, I'm
was
sure
like,
you
yo.
left. Johnson, you got an antenna, my dog? I can't.
I was like, yo, how we gonna watch the Chappelle show and
Hold on, you gotta stand right there and hold that.
I gotta treat this like a oven, nigga? Do I gotta preheat the channels? Like, what the fuck?
John had this motherfucker perform in the show.
You're like, hold this metal hanger and then stand by the window.
Now turn a little to the left.
I can't see the show. I can. We'll take turns.
Oh my god. John, you stingy ass.
Man, wasn't that how it was like back in the day when like a whole neighborhood would gather up on someone's porch and they would just try to fuck with the antennas of the radio to hear the basketball game?
I
That's
guarantee you
before we
wouldn't.
were alive.
I'm saying, wasn't it like that? Like they just listened to the commentators.
I guess.
Like I said, we weren't alive for that. I'm sure it happened.
Yeah. Y'all don't know media history.
Uh,
That happened.
I'm not saying I don't know. But you're making it sound as if we was there. Like
We was there.
Y'all don't
Yeah.
remember?
I remember when the first had color on the TVs. That was crazy. That's the thing. See, if we were alive back then, John wouldn't have came over if your TV was still black and white.
I discriminated. I was like,
Oh my God.
coloreds only.
Oh my god.
Only in this household.
Well, it's been real, y'all.
You left like 4 times.
I know, right? What the fuck am I still here?
It's been long enough. We should hop on Fortnite or Spark and Zero. I don't got it, but somebody should. I'll say, have you beaten Great Ape Vegeta?
I haven't left the training. I'm like, oh man, I gotta learn these fighting controls.
Oh my god.
It's that serious.
No, because like when you played BT3 on Wii, like all those shit that I was doing was with the remote nunchuck. I'm like, oh, Kamehameha.
See, talk about the Wii. He did the this nigga booted up Dragon Ball and went to the episode where Master Roshi was teaching the shit. He's like, okay, so I gotta turn the wrist like this.
Hey, no, but Jose's right though. That shit was work when you played that shit on the Wii though.
Yeah. But like
That
now
game's-
you gotta play with a controller. And it's like, sorry, I can't do this anymore. I feel like they
At least
I feel like they should have incorporated VR controller things for the game. Like
At
you
least
don't have
you
to
can
wear
still
the
do
VR
the-
thing, but like
you can still do the key blast battles with the thumbstick, you know, flicking that shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I gotta insert the sound effect.
Yeah, find the sound effect, John. He said the. Oh man.
These kids don't know, man.
I still love. Yeah, I still love when the game was showing the beam battles and shit, and people were saying like, "Oh, we're gonna go back to doing the whole like the analog stick like shake to win the battle." And the one dude commented or like wrote a tweet that was just kind of just like, "Yeah, these controllers are $70 now. Y'all can have that." Like, I'm not.
Remember those pictures like where the thumbsticks were just like eviscerated with the plastic, and just straight to the fucking hard piece.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
It was just plastic,
Shit was
no rubber. Always gotta have your rubbers on.
There it goes.
We've ended this show like 12 times now.
Yeah, facts. I'm uncomfortable. I'm in danger. Oh
All right,
man.
I suppose that's the episode. We've been going long enough.
It's too many movements.
I gotta clean up. It's been real, y'all.
Yeah.
I hope that stash is not too water damaged. I hope you find them again one day.
Oh my god. Imagine I go back to that old spot and I'm just like, they're still here.
Like you know those time capsules people be burying shit and they're like, whoa, we'll dig it up 10 years from now.
It's a titty capsule. You see me right outside with a shovel, don't ask questions. But anyways, that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
been real,
God.
y'all.